So I've been meaning to make this video for absolutely ages, and when better than in August 2025. We're going to take a look today at some of the back streets in Puerto Pollença. We're going to have a look at the restaurants as well, because up till now I've been really just featuring the waterfront, looking at the waterfront restaurants and some prices, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper into Puerto Pollença today. And if I've missed anywhere else in this video, please put your recommendations below of the best places in the heart of Puerto Pollença to eat. So we're starting this video right down here in the Lonja area of Puerto Pollença, but we're going to leave this area. We're going to dive on right up the back street, and we're going to go and quickly check out one of the most popular Mallorquin restaurants over here in the port. Let's go and take a quick look at Can Ferá. So we've just come up behind the tourist information office, and we're going to take a right down the side of the tobacconist here. And this is where we're going to see our first restaurant today. So Can Ferá is pretty much consistently busy, and I've passed down here in the evenings as well after my live streams. You can see what it's like today, and I'm just going to walk straight through. But this is a good place to maybe pick up a paella, maybe try some Mallorquin food. Let's have a quick look at the menu. So this is very much a grill restaurant. We've got fish on the grill here, we've got steak on the grill. Plus we have paellas as well, which start off from €14.95, which is actually really good value. And there's also a kids menu. Anyway, let's keep going. So just taking a quick look left down Carrer Verde del Carme. This road here really comes alive in the evenings. The restaurants tend to be closed at lunchtime. If you want to see what this is like, I'll drop a link in the description text below this video. It's actually a place where I've met many of you in my previous live streams. So we're going to come on and walk around onto the high street, because I've got a little hidden gem to show you, which is just near the Juroski supermarket. And it's this great value eatery. And check this out, if you are here on a budget, we've got over at MIXX, or MIXX, look, €12. Roast chicken and potatoes. Look, you've got quite a few locals in there. If you want to know where the locals are eating, oh look, for €11, look, you've got a menu here. That's probably got to be one of the best value actually in Puerto Pollença. Now we are going to take a quick look at the waterfront as well, but I thought I'd just come down one more little avenue of restaurants too before we head out of the usual area which I normally walk down, before we go and check out the back streets. We've got some nice shops open down here actually today. They're often closed. However, looking to my left-hand side here, right by the Neptuno and the restaurant Hibiscus, again, this is more of an evening area where you see these tables fill up. At lunchtime, they're not so busy, but we can see the Neptuno is open. We also see a restaurant at the far end is open as well for lunch. Let's quickly head on down to the waterfront before heading on up to the market. So I've just taken a right here back down towards the water. I'm outside the Cafe 1919. Of course we want to have a quick look at Puerto Pollença in August. Let's go and check it out. So I will be filming a live stream from over here very soon. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already to catch that. And also go and look back on all my other Puerto Pollença videos if you want to see what it's like holidaying in this wonderful resort. But just looking out on lunch time today over at the Cafe 1919. And out at some lovely views across the water. I can see we have a little bit of wind on the water today. We've got highs of around 29 degrees Celsius. It is warming up, but let's go and have a quick look through the resort centre. So I'm just looking down here in August today, and I must say, like I said, I'm filming this on a Wednesday. It does seem to be rather quiet. I'm assuming most people are around the pool or on the beach. But it did look a lot busier in April, May time over here. And look, as suspected, look over at the diner swimming pool here, which turns into the evening venue, the Lemon Lounge. This is pretty busy. We've got loads of people around the pool. Don't forget, if you're not staying in this hotel, you can come and enjoy the Lemon Lounge and bar and their live music on the evenings. But the swimming pool area is reserved for guests during the day. We're just coming down to the little kids beach down here as well. It's got the play park in it. Looks pretty busy if you ask me. Most of the sunbeds have actually been taken. Okay, so Puerto Pollensa is looking rather nice this afternoon. Such a chilled out resort as well. It's really, really calm. It's really lovely. And what's even better is that there's a lovely breeze blowing through. But let's head on now into the direction of the market. And let's take a look at some of the restaurants in the heart of the resort as well and see what kind of meals they're doing for summer 2025. So we're just coming up by the Miramar here, and I know I said I would be filming more down in the heart of the port, but in an area here, look, you've got the Pescolino on your right hand side where you can get a menu del dia for around €12, or come over to the Hotel Miramar where for summer 2025 coffee and cake is €8.50. And I'm pretty sure we can do better than this as we go on into the back streets of Puerto Pollensa. Let's go and find out. So we're just taking a right here past the diner, hotel and restaurant and up into the market. Look, I just have to say, look, there are still cyclists around at this time of year. Guys, if you're coming over here to cycle in Puerto Pollensa, get off your bikes in the centre. You're going to hurt somebody. Anyway, let's head on up into the direction of the market. Now, if you do like a nice outdoor market, you can't beat the little market over here in Puerto Pollensa. But like I always say, and I've said in so many of my videos, make sure you keep an eye on your belongings when you're browsing the stalls. There's a great selection of things to buy here. So let's go and have a look. So I can confirm that the market runs until about 1:30 today on Wednesday. I can just see actually starting to get the trucks out, but I'm going to take a quick whiz round before we go and check out some of the lunchtime restaurants today. Now this is what I like to see. Look, we've got plenty of locally grown products here. Fruit and veg. This time of year you want to be picking yourself up a nice melon. Look at this. This looks amazing actually. I'm going to have to pick one up I think to take back with me. Look, just €1.20 a kilo. And you can't go to any of Mallorca's markets without visiting the olive stall either, or picking up some pretty inexpensive wine. How much is this? €3 a bottle, absolute bargain. Now, and a lot of the stalls as well, if you don't want to pick up a huge melon as well, look, they're selling them in pieces too, which is great. Watermelon is literally the best thing you can take to the beach. Okay, so let's head out of the market and let's go and check out some of these restaurants which lie down the back streets. So right off the market square here, look, we've got Canna Tony. He does traditional baguettes, croquetas, little bits of tapas as well. And look, you get to sit right next to the church as well. All looks good value. Also got the nice views as well. And prices range from around €7 to €8 as well. You can pick yourself something up to eat here. Down the back of the church as well, look, we've got the Dolç Pobla. It's a little panaderia, it's a bakery. And I bet you a coffee and a cake here or a pastry is a lot cheaper than you'll find on the waterfront. And look, I'm right, look, a coffee and ensaimada, which is a Mallorquin pastry, is €3.95. And you can even come here for breakfast as well. Look, they do cater for your traditional breakfasts. And I've just spotted right next door the Taberna. Again, it looks like a nice little bar, little place you can come and pick up some food. Like here, just the locals here actually. Look, sandwiches, €6. Look, bocadillo, €6.25. Pan bolli, which is the Mallorquin bread. You can get jamón ibérico or ham for €14. So it's just to give you another idea. Plus, of course, you've got tapas dishes here too. A little bit hard to see. You have to come and check it out for yourself. Now, just looking to my left here, you can see the taxi rank here. It lies just more or less behind the square. I know there are many more restaurants in this other half of Puerto Pollensa here that lie on the back streets. That may have to fall into another video, but for now, we're going to double back. I'm going to highlight a few others too. But just across the road here from the bakery, I'm just going to turn away from the church here and head off in this direction. And it is the El Posito restaurant. Just have a quick look at the menu boards. I think they've got a menu del dia on today. And they specialise in Mallorquin food. And check this out, look, we've got a menu del dia here for €18. We've got lentejas, which is lentils with rice, or clams, or Russian salad with barbecued ribs, garlic chicken, a prawn wok, glass of water, wine and dessert. Now that is quite a bargain. And it is absolutely packed today. I would recommend getting here early to eat, especially in peak season, but I mean, what a treat. I think I'm going to have to come back and try here in autumn. But for now, let's head on back down. Let's see what else we can find around these back streets of Puerto Pollensa. So we've just come back down here, just behind the square. We can see that the Fawn can is closed, like many of the restaurants and the bakeries and the cafes are during the afternoons. But we're going to head on back to the high street here. And this is the main road into Puerto Pollensa, particularly if you're coming over from Pollença Old Town. You'll see the big Euroski supermarket at the end, because I just want to highlight and walk past a few little hidden gems just up here too. And I'm not talking about the Burger King, although it is here if you want it. So we're going to take a right here and to head on out of Puerto Pollensa on this main road. Look, I can just see a huge sign here for the El Posito. I think they are very, very popular over here in the port. So we're just coming up to the Bella Roma restaurant. They open at 6 p.m. They're not open for lunch. It is an Italian pizzeria. Just give you a quick idea of prices here. Now, I'm not quite sure how this, or at least I can't remember how this compares to the Pine Walk, but that's just to give you a rough idea. And it is in a lovely little courtyard, you can see here. Very Italian themed, very Mallorquin themed as well, with the bougainvillea up ahead. Let me know if you've eaten here. Coming up a little bit further as well, look, we've got the Parra restaurant. This is otherwise known as a Cellar actually, and they do some lovely tapas here. You can just get an idea of the prices. And rice, look, from €12. That's amazing. I think that's the cheapest I've seen on the island. Hang on one second, I've got this in Catalan. Look, and here's the translation here. Look, a cellar was a typical cellar from Mallorca, used to produce and sell wine. And at night, men used to bring dinner from their homes to accompany the wine from the so-called Mesa de los Borrachos, the table of the drunks, which was witness to all kinds of comments. The cellar is also where the name of the restaurant, which is where this originates, and it opened in 1962. So there you go, a nice little bit of history there for you. So look, I'm just going to run the camera down the menu board here. Look, tapas dishes from €9.75. Like I said, look, less than €12 each, look, for a paella. Have to be a minimum of 2 people eating that though to prepare it. Also, meat dishes as well from €10, fish dishes from €17. You can ask for suggestions of the day, and there's an idea of desserts. If you just take a quick look inside, let's go and have a quick look. And it is quite busy today. Oh my goodness, this is lovely. Very traditional, very, very Mallorquin. So this is somewhere as well that I absolutely will be trying in the autumn. It's a little bit hot today for Mallorquin food, but look, there's no shortage of people going in, full of locals, full of holiday makers too. So we're just continuing on our way in the direction of the Euroski, right at the end of the port here. And look, there's an art gallery. Looks very, very nice. And a picture framing service. If you're wanting a wonderful piece of art for your home, I'm going to keep walking up. And to my left as well, look, I can see a little bakery just across the road as well. And right at the end here, look, a little traditional bar. They do breakfasts, they do baguettes, and this is where you're going to find many locals eating. Look, if you really are here on the budget, look, €4. Okay, so that's just a very, very small selection of restaurants down the back streets here from the waterfront, from over here in Puerto Pollença. And you can see as well, I've highlighted some Mallorquin traditional restaurants as well. Let me know if you've tried them in the comments. Let me know what you think. And indeed, if I've missed anywhere off, which I'm pretty sure I have done, of any other fantastic restaurants down these back streets, highlight them. I'll go and check them out in the autumn when it's a little bit cooler. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I will be back here to live stream soon, so subscribe to the channel, hit that notifications, and don't miss that video. In the meantime, check out a couple of videos appearing both here and here on YouTube to help you out with your holiday from this area. In the meantime, you can find me on the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.